What's going on, everyone? How you doing today? It's Singer Roleplayer once again. Today I want to show you my CONDEMN account speed farming build. You know, I checked the existing builds and I found them not very comfortable for me, and when I feel uncomfortable with the builds, I basically made my own version of the builds, and this is why I decided to make my own version of CONDEMN account setup, because I think that this build in this setup has the potential to be maybe like among the top 5 speed farming accounts build and Crusader builds out there, simply because at first there's not even many speed farm, Crusader builds out there. Most of them are really lacking. In the past we used Akkhan Bomb for speed farming, then it was the Akkhan Bomber build, the Norvald's build, and now we have CONDEMN, which is pretty strong. That's why I decided to try how fast is CONDEMN for tournament 13, and it's pretty decent, it's pretty good. 2 to 3 minutes for pretty basic gear, nothing crazy. It's pretty solid across all content. It's good for open maps. It's even good for the corridor maps. It doesn't matter. It's around 2-3 minutes. That's it. So it's almost as good as the other speed farming builds. I haven't really found any problems farming with this build whatsoever. At the end of the video, I'll also attach some tournament 13 runs, which are also the open maps as well as the corridor map, so that you could have the basic idea how the build performs in different situations. And the first rounds I also ran with the diamonds, then I switched to the rubies, so in the end it's not a big deal at all. And like I said, this is my version of the CONDEMN build, which is pretty easy, straightforward. And I checked the other builds that exist, and they mostly use the Unleashed rune, but I decided to stick with the Vacuum because I really want to kill trash mobs as well. Unleashed is a great rune, but unfortunately it mostly forces you to kill just elite packs, and that's it. You can't really just kill trash very effectively. We just go hunting elites, and I don't really like this. I really want to kill every content, like all mobs on the screen. not just fucking elites. There's also builds that use the generators, and Jesus fucking Christ, what a waste. You don't need a fucking generator in this build at all. The speed farming build must be very, very easy to play, very straightforward, minimum button pressing whatsoever, minimum generating, minimum shit, just straight to the point, speed farming, running away, gathering shit, and this is how the speed farming build must be. So we'll go over the build really fast and just show you what I actually use for this. So it's full Akkhan, there's no sages, but you can fit sages indeed. If you use the talisman of Akkhan, go with the sages, no big problem. So the helm of Akkhan, strength with hit chance, the chest is strength with CONDEMN, the shoulder strength with CDR and CONDEMN damage, the gloves are strength hit damage chance and CDR. The pants are strength with all res, the boots are strength with all res and armor, nothing crazy. The bracers are a couple of options. You can use strong arm bracers for use the vacuum room, so I'll be pulling enemies all the time, getting this 30% boost all the fucking time. I use strong arms. You can use the nemesis, as well as use the verse chain arm guards for increased movement speed, but I think strong arms are absolutely the best. The weapons are actually around 2 options here, 2 options. Injom and the Frida's Wrath. Injom should have just basically the damage. CDR roll is not even important at all. I already overcapping my CDR with the Injom proc, so just maximum damage Injom, doesn't matter. You can also put Blade of the Prophecy and use this Heavenly Strength passive, but first of all, we'll lose the extra passive this way, and with Injom we can use Fervor to get massive cooldown and attack speed, which is really good at the end of the start of the season, especially when you don't have a lot of CDR rolls on your Akkhan's gear, where CDR are really tough to get for Akkhan's, this 55%. So Fervor basically gives you a free 15% cooldown, and also it buffs your damage as well, because it gives you attack speed, which is not really necessary, but it boosts your shit damage as well by around like 10%, so it's very good to have. And also Blade of Prophecy now rolls with the damage range. That's why it's very problematical to get a good Blade of Prophecy. That's why I decided to cube it and go with Injom and the shield and get extra CDR and attack speed for my shield damage, and it works. It's not a big problem at all. It works really smooth. The rings are basically the compass rose and the traveler's pledge, and there's a reason for that, because, you know, this gives you a 50% damage reduction when you move, and you're mostly on the move, so you don't really need gold drops and other fucking garbage to survive anything on screen. You don't really die with this setup. It basically saves your ass. So just the basic damage reduction on the set and the endless walk set basically solves all your problem. At the same time, when you actually stop by and get this density around and proc this condemn and pop that's all this suck all the elites on top of you, you're basically stationary, and this is when you get a 100% buff on the endless walk as well. So overall, this things right here is very good, very solid across the rift and all content out there. You can use Hellfire Amulet, you can use, you know, generic amulet. Doesn't really matter what you should use here. You can use a Ring of Royal Grandeur and get Hexen Pants in the cube. You can get Lurk's Crown, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter what you're gonna use now. For the Sages, if you're playing around with the Sages, you can use the Talisman of Akkhan and basically cube the Ring of Royal Grandeur and get the Sages set, and if you need this DBs farming. I personally don't care about DBs at all. In the end, I'll always end up with a lot of DBs, even, you know, don't really craft tons. So I don't have problems with DB farming, and I just went with a full 6-piece Akkhan set right here. The belt also plenty of options. I use Vigilante belt for extra CDR overcapping here. You can use Crown's belt, Hearts and Waistguard, Witching Hour for the passive damage boost, as well as Gold Drop, but it's pretty fucking overkill in my opinion. You don't really need it. The second ring is basically the Sword of Jordan. You can use Convention of the Elements here if you wish. Convention of the Elements is, you know, like the easiest, cheapest option that you can get. But if you have Stone of Jordan, use Stone of Jordan, as will boost your damage by around 20%. Holy Skill, increase damage against the lead, so this is very good to have. My Stone of Jordan is really fucking shit, but it still works. It's still pretty good. The stat should be Holy Skill, Strength or Hit damage, and damage against elites. The compass rolls just damage, CDR, hit damage, and chance or whatever. It doesn't really matter. The Frida's Roughner rolls with up to 700% increase, even 800% increased damage with Condemn, so it should be Strength, 8 chance, and CDR as well. The Traveler's Pledge is holy, hit damage, and hit chance as well. The Bracer is also holy, hit damage, hit, and chance as well. Legendary gems are Wrath of Lightning for extra mobility and extra damage. Bane of the Trap because it pull all shit on top of us, so it's very good to have. And Boon of the Horror, just, you know, for extra movement speed, and that's it. The extra gold farming. You can go with something else like the Bane of the Powerful, the Gogok of Swiftness if you wish, but if you have the damage to kill stuff really fast, you can go with the Boon of Horror. It's no problem at all. In the cube we have Blade of the Prophecy for Condemn damage, Nemesis Braces to spawn more leads and more progression, Everest Ban basically for pickup radius. This is like the utility ring that I run now. You can, like I said, you can run Ring of Royal Grandeur and get the Sages, or you can get you can get Hexen Pants, for example. It doesn't really matter. If you have the damage, use Everest Band and the Boon of Horda. For the skills, left button and provoke charge up. This is basically our rep generation. We don't really need any kind of bullshit here like the generator or whatever. This is our fucking generator, and this also adds up a little extra damage on top as well. On the right button is Condemn Vacuum. Basically this sucks everything up and kills trash, kills massive amount of Proxifero damage, kills absolutely everything on screen. I'll run around, just cast Vacuum, everything is sucked on top of me and it dies. Steed Charge, Drunk Water, just dragging this fucking leads into more density. Iron Skin Flash, more mobility. Laws of Hope, Wings of Angel, just move speed. Across Shingen Profit basically is our mitigation as well, because we always have 100% uptime of this, and it's just almost 150 additional armor on top. That's why we don't really die. Second life as well, and everything else. Holy Cost passive 10% extra damage. Extra also hitting from the Vacuum Moon as well. Long Arm of the Law basically to make Laws of Hope longer and run more. Finery, boost of damage and toughness forgives us armor as well. Finery, like I said, is extra CDR as well as attack speed, which goes straight to the fucking sheet damage right here. And when we drop this, look here for example, see that I have less than 2 million, and on this I have over 2 million, so that boosts my attack speed. So basically that's it's no diamond in a helm, rubies or diamonds in chest and pants, everything else doesn't matter. Like I said, I will attach several Tournament 13 rifts there. You can play in groups, you can play solo. It's pretty effective, 2.3 minute runs there is. Thanks for watching and see you soon. What we have here, some blood. Looks like X4 shit. Crusader in general have big problems speed farming anything. So when you have the build that you're doing the work, stick to it because you know it can be very sketchy. Also, I checked some CONDEMN builds out there on Diablo fans, and I found them not very optimal. So a lot of people really like play with their with the gold drop. Like, the gold drop is great, but there's no reason for this. The set itself has toughness, so gold drop is only good for the sets that have no build and toughness. If the set has toughness, you don't really need gold drop, in my opinion. It's good enough an overkill. Actual fuck. So gold drop is a bit of a waste, in my opinion. Just gets more stack, more cooldowns, get more smoother cooldowns, get more mobility out of it. Don't really need gold drop right now. Just stack something else, something more useful. also gathering all shit, and I noticed that there are some demonstrations where people don't gather anything. I think it's a bit misleading because it will not really be the whole reason for speed farming, especially in the Sages build, is to actually get the fucking DBs. What's the point to showcase DB build, speed farming build, and not gather fucking DBs? What's the reason for this? I think it's a bit pointless in my opinion. I hate this shit. I really hate this build. It's so fucking retarded, man. Like the most retarded ever. I hate this shit. Like CONDEMN, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The damage became so much better. It's pretty impressive how fast it is now. Just one shots everything. It's pretty cool now. You can literally one one-shot shit all around. Suck in and one-shot everything. This explosion is so massive. You don't really need gold drop, it's fucking bullshit. You don't need anything of this. So you do not need it. Absolutely not need it. Just don't be fucking silly and you're good to go.